Alright, I feel like I'm saying this every other video, but we just witnessed one of the biggest liquidation events of the entire year. Luckily, there's a few coins and narratives that managed to surge past the FUD, and one of those is the robotics AI sector. If you're not paying attention to the robotics narrative in crypto right now, you might be missing one of the biggest opportunities of the cycle. Everyone's busy chasing memes and looking for the next Aster, but the smart money is positioning around utility. And that's where you'll find projects working on automation, AI, and robotics on chain. The narrative is simple. The machines are coming and crypto is giving them the rails to operate. Just like how DeFi reshaped finance and NFTs reshaped digital ownership, robotics could reshape how entire economies transact, do tasks, and connect the real world. It might not be easy for the average investor to see the potential here, especially since you have no real reason to brush up on things like supply chains, manufacturing, or labor statistics. But let me tell you that AI robotics can change the entire economy as we know it. But there's one problem. I noticed only 20% of you are subscribed with bell notifications on, so if you want to catch this alpha before the rest of the crowd, I highly suggest you subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, let's get into it. Starting with some market news. The first headline we need to talk about is Tether's massive raise. Tether, the issuer of USDT and the largest stablecoin in the world, announced that it's raising $20 billion at a jaw-dropping $500 billion valuation. Yeah, $500 billion. If they gave that money to me instead, I could have put it to better use, like putting it all on red. But to put that amount into perspective, that would place Tether in the top 20 largest companies by market cap. That's on the same level as OpenAI in terms of valuation, and even ahead of major public companies like Costco. The timing is key here. This raise comes just as the CFTC gave the green light for stablecoins to be used as collateral in US derivative markets. Basically, that means USDT is no longer just a trading pair token or a form of crypto payment. It's now officially recognized as collateral for the biggest TradFi markets in the world. And it's no surprise the total stablecoin supply has been absolutely surging. Combine this raise with a regulatory win, and we're going to continue seeing more and more liquidity bridged on-chain. I hope you know what that means. That's one less barrier for liquidity to start flowing into higher risk altcoins down the ladder. Next up, we have to talk about Brazil's Orange making waves. Orange just became the first public company in Brazil to put Bitcoin on its balance sheet with a $400 million buy of 3,600 BTC. This instantly puts them in the same conversation as MicroStrategy when it comes to corporate Bitcoin adoption. What's important here isn't just the buy itself, but what it signals. This is the kind of institutional adoption that tends to snowball because once one major company in a country makes the move, others feel the pressure to follow. And that's when you get other countries joining in on top of that. That's why even though $400 million might not be anything crazy compared to MicroStrategy, it's still an absolutely massive milestone for Bitcoin. As for ETF news, I'm sure you remember how the SEC made a massive decision to speed up the approval process for ETFs with their new rule. Well, we're now seeing the results come in after the SEC approved Grayscale's Ethereum ETFs with this new standard. Not just that, but some experts think there's a huge swarm of over 100 ETF approvals just around the corner thanks to this. So how are the charts looking? Well, we can't ignore the volatility that's been hitting the markets over the past few days. After the September 20th options expiry, which cleared $4.35 billion in BTC and ETH contracts, we saw over $1.7 billion in liquidations hit the market, one of the largest this year. Bitcoin dipped all the way down to the low 110K range, but ETF inflows were still coming in. By September 23rd, Total 3, which tracks the total market cap of all altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, dropped from a local peak of $1.16 trillion all the way to $1.09 trillion, a devastating number we haven't seen since September 22nd. Now, if you're someone who placed some shorts on the market before this happened, you may have made a killing. But to do that, you would need a solid exchange. And I just partnered up with BTCC to bring the FireHustle community a killer offer. They're officially licensed in the US, Canada, Europe, and more, and they don't need a VPN or KYC. You've probably heard me say this, but it's good to have multiple exchanges under your belt, especially because each of them has bonuses that you can take advantage of. With the link down below, you'll get a 10% deposit bonus and up to $10,000 in rewards. Not only that, but I'm planning on building trading guides, portfolio spreadsheets, and more for those who sign up and make a deposit with my link in the description. Definitely check out BTCC while the offer is still up, and be sure to let me know what you guys think of it in the comments down below. And I don't know about you, but after that shakeout, some of my only plays that were up this week belong to the AI and robotics sectors. So that's what I want to dive into for the rest of this video. At its core, this narrative is about using crypto to power machines, devices, and automated agents in the real world. But of course, robots don't swipe credit cards yet. They need a fast, transparent, and verifiable currency system to interact with other people, services, or whatever else. And obviously, crypto gives them that. So when you see robotics tied with blockchain, you're seeing the start of an economy where machines can operate, trade, and even govern themselves all on chain. One of the most interesting names here is Silencio. This DeepIn project started with a simple but strong idea. Let machines collect and monetize real-world sound data. Silencio's sound check feature uses decentralized sensor networks to map out noise levels across the world. Anyone can use their phone's microphone to contribute to the data and earn Silencio tokens in return. Then their Silencio Live feature can plug that data into AI and robotic systems. For example, self-driving cars will be able to use live audio data to pick up on events like a crash, horns, or other disturbances, and use it to make navigation safer. It could also be used for military and security as well. And finally, their newest AI training feature lets users train AI models to recognize speech and earn rewards in return. This is going to help AI and robotic systems respond to voice more accurately. But here's where it gets crazy. A lot of people don't realize what many of these robotics projects like Silencio are actually built on. The answer is the Peak blockchain. While most blockchains are focused on financial apps, Peak is designed for DeepIn networks where machines, cars, and robots can all work together in one ecosystem. Right now, the Peak network supports millions of devices across dozens of projects, and they've been rolling out major upgrades to improve transaction time as well. As most of these robotics projects grow, Peak will grow too. Just look at the daily active users chart. As for updates, they recently spoke at the Korea blockchain conference a few days ago, where they announced an insane new robotics project being built on their chain called Kanaya. Just look at the video for yourself. I'm excited to see how this project turns out because it definitely looks promising. Now, for the final project I want to go over, we got Simple AI. It's tying artificial intelligence directly into robotics and blockchain. The big angle is letting regular crypto users invest in industrial robots. So imagine being able to own a share of a warehouse robot, watch its tasks on chain, and earn yield from its work. That's the vision Simple AI is chasing. They've also launched something called Simple Data, which connects smart devices and robotics hardware to the blockchain so their data is verifiable and tradable. And as for the most recent update, the team announced Simple Vision. This feature is focused on object tracking, letting users detect and monitor objects with any webcam, uploaded video, or live stream. It can also keep track of tasks and activities going on in the feed, score accuracy levels, and create full reports of the tasks completed. This is a massive feature for their vision of AI robot workers, since it can help a warehouse track their robot employees and make sure everything is up to par, all through AI. Now, looking at the charts, I'll warn you that this project is a lot smaller than the other two, with a market cap under $2 million. But I think the team has been doing a great job of launching new features and keeping their vision alive, so I'm definitely going to be keeping a finger on the pulse for this project. But remember, it is high risk and none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. But together, these three projects could help solve different pieces of the robotics puzzle. Silencio is about collecting real-world data for AI and robotics. Peak is about building the infrastructure layer so machines can have identities, transact, and plug into DeFi. And Simple AI is about connecting robotics and making them investable assets. The overlap here is huge, and if robotics does become the next big narrative, these projects could be in for a wild ride. And that's it for today. Remember, just because I'm talking about these projects doesn't mean you should blindly invest. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risk before making any financial decisions. If you want to go deeper with real-time setups, watch lists, and strategy breakdowns, then come and join me in the FireHustle VIP Discord. The link is in the description down below. And if you want more videos like this, then make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.